Day 34 of Operation Epic Fury, and right now the U.S. military is taking some extreme measures to open the Strait of Hormuz. So having the B-52 now, with air superiority, being able to fly over the country, not worried about surface-to-air missiles that can reach up and touch the bombers, this is a whole new level of strikes that we're going to see on Iran. We see new images of the EA-18G Growler, and it may be offshore right now, turning Iran's coastal radars into expensive decorations. While the strait remains closed, this has taken the issue to another level, focusing on opening the strait by blinding the various radars that may be placed around the Strait of Hormuz, which are used to detect incoming ships and identify which ships belong to which country. This combines with the USS Tripoli currently in the area, the Marine Corps Expeditionary Unit with F-35B and CV-22 aircraft, in the last 12 hours, the B-52 Stratofortress has flexed over Iranian airspace, like it owns the place, and there's no question. These legends flew their first dedicated overland bomber missions into Iran over the last few days, dropping strings of 2,000-pound bunker-busting penetrator munitions straight into hardened underground ammo depots in Isfahan. Likely not confirmed, but this is what it looks like to me. It looks like basically carpet bombing of Isfahan, with President Trump posting this video yesterday on Truth Social, showing an ammo depot in Isfahan being hit in a very decisive way. Let's just say that the secondary explosions lit up the night sky for miles, taking out a key hub tied to Iran's ballistic missile program. So, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and then Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff General Kane gave an update on Operation Epic Fury just about an hour ago. And here's some of the key points that I think you should know. So, Pete Heggs said that the aviators that were shot down by friendly fire in Kuwait by that F-18 just last night, they all flew combat missions into Iran. So again, they're staying in the fight. That didn't slow them down one bit. De Hegsteth went on to say that the command bunkers are being struck over and over and that the enemy is going underground. Does this mean some kind of limited amphibious landing to open the Strait of Hormuz? Watch until the end of the video. We'll analyze all of this together. But the EA-18G Growler has coordinated with the USS Tripoli. This could be the necessary combination to truly break through the Strait of Hormuz, as well as the A-10 Warthog, the AH-64 Apache in the air for drone strikes. The ability to track underwater drones, a favorite Iranian tactic in counterterrorism, is also a crucial part of this picture. Drones could be deployed in the air to scan the sea. Advanced drones, possibly even state-of-the-art drones like the Andrew Fury, are also part of this picture. Now that's not confirmed, but that would be nice, having drones like that in the area that could actually track and see the underwater unmanned vehicles, as well as some different systems that could be laying on the seabed waiting for these drones from Iran to go try to threaten ships. This is a whole new level that's being uncracked on how to open the Straits of Hormuz. Is it mission impossible? Stay to the end of the video to find out. But the star of the show is the two-seat electronic attack beast. So President Trump did a primetime address, and he says the war will end shortly, and Iran denies requesting any ceasefire, as Iran sets up what looks like celebrations for the government. Over the last 12 hours, some of the summary of what has happened is the U.S. has hammered even more targets in Thran, likely focusing on ballistic missile production. But right after President Trump's speech, of course, Iran threw a volley of ballistic missiles and drones at their Gulf partners. Coalition defenses have knocked down most of those. So the whole goal here is swat down those missiles from Iran and then focus the EA-18G Growler and the USS Tripoli with its F-35Bs on opening the Straits of Hormuz and blinding those different radars that are along the coast. Holding air superiority along the coast is huge as well. There's F-15E up above, F-35S from the Air Force, Navy, and now from the F-35B squadrons off of the USS Tripoli. The whole goal there is to open up that maritime choke point and keep Iran's threats and actual strikes on some of these tankers from keeping who's ever out there waiting in their tanker from going through the straits. With the USS Tripoli now on station as a Lightning carrier, carrying up to 20 F-35B stealth fighters, we've now got sea-based 5th generation punches with the F-35B and the Navy off the USS Abraham Lincoln. And then you've got the ability to launch JASMs off those F-35s as well. A GM-158 JASM cruise missiles could be used to hit the different sites that the Growler detects. So the Growler could go out there, be looking and scanning for the different radars along the coast, and then you bring in an F-35 behind it with an AGM-158 JASM. Or you use the HARM missiles that are on the actual Growler itself. That's another option as well. The 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit with 2,200 Marines. That adds real flexibility for coastal work, amphibious operations, potentially limited boots on the ground. Now that you can see how all these pieces are moving, wait until you hear how badly Iran is actually struggling at this point. General Kane went on to say that there's been 11,000 targets hit, and the first overland missions of the B-52 have recently taken place. This is just a wild development because now you have the B-52 over Iran carpet bombing, which means decimating entire mountains, hillsides, IRGC strongholds. So having the B-52 now with air superiority, being able to fly over the country, not worried about surface-to-air missiles that can reach up and touch the bombers, this is a whole new level of strikes that we're going to see on Iran. And it just kicked off just a few hours ago. So again, US is ramping up while Iran is likely reeling. They're like, can we not have the B-52 up above? Maybe that will make them come to the negotiating table more than any other aircraft because of the massive capability of the B-52. 70,000 pounds of armament is what the B-52 can carry. And it can carry it right over top of Iran now, right over top of IRGC headquarters, command and control bunkers, missile production facilities. So again, the B-52 is basically hoovering up any target that it wants to, and it's given the big middle finger to the IRGC. General Kane went on to say that 150 plus naval vessels in the IRGC Navy have been hit. So, decimating the larger ships of the IRGC Navy with the B-52s, other aircraft, and then you bring in the A-10, the F-15E, the F-16, and you strafe these smaller fast boats that may still have the ability to threaten the Straits of Hormuz. Oh, and by the way, SNCOM also posted this. The USS Tripoli is sailing in the Indian Ocean on March 29th. That's the amphibious assault ship that's named after the Battle of Derna, which took place during the First Barbarian War in 1805. So, a legend named after a war in 1805 has just rolled into the area. 2,500 Marines entering the theater. This gives many more options to the Trump administration. Surgical scalpel-type special forces, F-35Bs that can blast off that. So, again, lots of different options coming into theater. And then Admiral Cooper gave an update as well.